This year marks the 47th year of the Chicago Marathon, and everybody has shown out to support and cheer for all of their runners. But particularly, one of the most spirited areas in the city might just be Chinatown. But how will these budget cuts affect DePaul students? Blue Demons on a daily basis use the red line, the purple line, and the brown line to get to and from classes between the Lincoln Park and Loop campus. As the Chicago Bears release renderings of its new proposed stadium, the team's move to Arlington Heights appears to be in motion. Jimmy Kimmel Live returned to the air following a week-long suspension by ABC. The show was initially removed due to pressure from the Trump administration and the FCC over Kimmel's comments about the Charlie Kirk assassination. May Day, a yearly march that celebrates the labor movement. What started as a protest in 1886 for the 8-hour workday now looks a little different. May Day began this year in Union Park on Chicago's west side, with organizations from all over the country gathering to protest President Trump and his administration's attack on immigrants. The people here say deportations without due process and the arbitrary cancellation of visas are unconstitutional. The feeling of hope was palpable. Religious leaders from many faiths were present. Prayers and songs were led by these leaders, all standing hand in hand with one another.
Because God is always with us.
Lindsay Joyce is a priest in Logan Square. She thinks President Trump's actions towards immigrants are wrong and must be opposed.
It was a no-brainer for me to be here. My faith tradition says, Jesus says, you will find me among the laborers. You will find me among the immigrants. Like, that's where Jesus told us we would find him. And so when they're under attack, and they are under attack, when people are being disappeared, not deported, disappeared, and when we hear people's blood crying out from the ground, this is what my scriptures tell me to do. Show up, fight back, say something.
About 1.1 million immigrant workers comprise 18% of the Illinois labor force. Thousands of these people and their families came here to protest. Almost all of them declined to be interviewed out of fear of being targeted by ICE. Another issue was the war in Gaza. Many Palestinian Americans came here, calling on people to oppose Israeli attacks on Gaza. Adam Gottlieb is using music to send a message, calling on people to support the oppressed.
I am here because it is May Day in Chicago, and we have a revolution to make happen. We have neighbors to defend, who are immigrants, who are trans, who are speaking up and using their free speech to speak out against the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank.
Thousands marched from Union Park to Grant Park on May Day, and for many, this is just one of the many protests they are planning to be a part of. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Laine Wyatt.
It'll be ours. It'll be ours. Come on, say it. One day.
Beyonce and her Cowboy Carter tour have officially arrived here in the city of Chicago, and the Beehive is dressed to impress. The Cowboy Carter tour and album have a Western cowboy aesthetic with the Beyonce flair, and she brought both to Chicago. Boots, cowboy hats, fringe, and denim on denim on denim were the most worn items of the fans in attendance. Logan Deacon and Isabella Bradley are DePaul students who knew how to make their cowboy couture on a budget.
I got this, all of this is thrifted, from the embroidered jeans to the top that stays on, obviously, and to the shawl as well. And this is the cowboy hat, so graciously provided by my friend Logan.
I got thrifted. We went thrifting together. We got all this stuff. Or I got this. These are my jorts. She got me some chains. Yeah, looking snazzy.
The three shows drew nearly 60,000 people to Soldier Field, even after the show was nearly canceled due to weather. Kay and her best friends, who have looked forward to the concert for months, said they made it a point to dress according to the theme.
If I remember correctly, the boots were from Amazon, the hat I think also from Amazon, the shorts Fashion Nova, the shirt was Shein, and the scarf Fashion Nova, and this beautiful fan was from a vendor on Etsy. Yes.
Beyonce brought the country to the city. Now time will only tell if Western wear is here to stay. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Laine Wyatt. Vaccines and public health have made headlines since President Donald Trump took office in January. U.S. Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is making sweeping changes to public health. This includes spreading misinformation about vaccine effects on autistic youth and canceling programs that provide public health for many Americans. A vaccine drive held by DePaul's Office of Health Promotion and Wellness partnered with pharmacists from Jewel Osco. Taylor Smolak believes access is one of the keys to a healthy community.
And it just makes it easier for students if we come to them instead of having them make time out of their busy schedules to make an appointment and everything. So just figured it'd be easier to come here.
DePaul University students are required to have all updated vaccines before even enrolling in their next round of classes, making these vaccine drives on the Loop and Lincoln Park campus through Jewel Osco convenient for student life. The drive administers both the flu and the most recent COVID-19 shot. Chea Houston is a graduate student at DePaul and says these vaccines not only protect herself, but others from the sickly season.
I actually needed to work in the clinic here at DePaul. So because we work with kids, some populations that immunity isn't great, we make sure to keep up with our vaccinations.
Statistics show a total of 118 vaccines were administered at the event. Jewel Osco and the Office of Health Promotion and Wellness plan to draw even larger numbers in the coming year. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Laine Wyatt. The power of social media is that it can connect you to anyone in the world. It lets you know about things you would otherwise never know about. For former alderman and current DePaul faculty member Edwin Eisendrath, what was unknown to him is that he was a viral sensation. Here's what happened. A TikTok user took a video on a CTA car showing Eisendrath had taken off his jacket and had laid it over a sleeping homeless teenager. It sparked immediate comments on social media. One person said, quote, "I think this is Edwin Eisendrath, former alderman and professor at DePaul, one of the most inspirational, intelligent, and kind people I've met." Eisendrath later described what happened.
The train was crowded, it was full, but no one was paying attention to this young man laid out across 3 very uncomfortable, hard seats. And my heart broke. His clothes clearly were probably not his. They didn't fit. They were torn. It was cold. And I took off my coat, I laid it over him, and went on to the airport. And I thought that was the end of it. And I did not understand that. But I didn't understand the power of social media, and I certainly didn't know that somebody was filming it.
After the video spread on social media, former students, family, and friends reached out to Eisendrath.
I got one email from a student from a course I taught last quarter, and then I got another, and then I got another, and then my adult children said they were hearing about it from their friends, and then the dam broke.
Eisendrath says his actions was just about kindness, something he feels there needs to be more of in our world.
This problem of young people who have no home, no houses, is a very real problem, and people feel it all the time, and they don't know what to feel about it, but it's out there, and everyone encounters it, and it's heartbreaking. And 2, we live in a cruel time. I mean, you have the government of the United States doing things that are appalling and cruel, and I think people want to remember that that's not us.
Edwin Eisendrath will be teaching again at DePaul this coming fall and hopes to bring his principles into the classroom every day. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Laine Wyatt.